Today's reaction is Story Time, Teen Bullied by Covington. Like, the link to the video will be in the description below. Go and check them out. So let's get into this reaction in 3, 2, 1.
Yo, I wanted to make this video because I realized that everybody got bullied, and I was thinking about this. I was originally going to make a video like, this is a time I got bullied, it's not boohoo, but I was like, I don't think anyone wants to hear about me getting bullied. But did we all get bullied as kids?
I did.
I
did, yeah.
And you know what's, and I made a TikTok about this, but like, the bullies saying that they got bullied, like, I remember in high school, let me just tell you about, this is me getting bullied when I was at my first day of high school. I'll make a whole video about this. My first day of high school, a bunch of kids got around. So this is my very first day of high school. I'm at a public school now, and and a bunch of sophomores started gathering around me and calling me Jacob Stertorius. First of all, shout out Jacob Stertorius. That is a cool, very nice guy.
Yeah.
That guy's cool. Second of all, we're doing that, like yelling that at me. It was like a group of like 7 kids who are all older than me. Like I'm like 5'2", chubby. Like I don't fucking know anything. But it didn't really affect me. I mean, I remember that like having the first day, and I just was like, remember like looking around and really being unaffected by it. And I think that's why it never continued after that. But they were doing that, and I was like, okay, like I was like, okay.
Okay.
But I would get like picked on, like by like older people. Like it wasn't like I was like the little kid with the target on his back, but like definitely like got a little bit of shit in high school for sure. And yeah, I remember all these kids were around me, like blah blah blah, and I was like, what are you doing? This is embarrassing for you guys. But anyways, that happened. I think one of those kids actually has a kid now.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, I haven't really seen any of those guys. All right. Next was another time I got bullied. Oh my God, this was when I was, see, I had talked about this recently. This just came up to my thoughts one day, and I was like telling a friend about it, and I talked about it, and I hadn't talked about it, like, cause I didn't really think it was like I was just like, whatever. But I was like, I talked about it, and I was like, oh my God, this makes me like sad talking about this. Like, I don't feel sad about it, but it makes me feel bad for the past version of me. To preface this, I don't say this because I want sympathy from any of you guys. I'm just like kind of talking about it, maybe so someone can feel like, I don't know, if you get bullied, you're cool. That's what I want to say. If you ever got bullied, and if you didn't get bullied, you're still probably cool. But if you got bullied, you probably have something going for you.
Yeah.
And yeah, I remember I was walking. So I used to, after school was over, I used to have to walk like a block over to this Safeway, and then my sister would pick me up at the parking lot because it was too much of a line.
Yeah.
So I would walk down this whole block. It was kind of a long block. I'd go to light, cross the street, and then I would get picked up by my sister. But I remember one day walking home, and it was like me and like 7 other, I don't know if 7, but like it's a bunch of kids who were doing that, but it wasn't like super duper packed. Like there's a lot of kids walking to the Safeway, and I remember walking, dude, and someone had threw a big Circle K polar thing at me. I was walking, and I got a whole thing thrown at my head, exploded on me, and I'm super wet. And I remember getting thrown at me. I remember like, I was like, did I seriously just get like a huge drink thrown at me right now?
Yeah,
like that is some bullying ass shit.
Yep.
And
I
just was sitting there, and I was like, I wasn't that affected by it because I was like, okay, like now I'm just wet, like that's not that cool. But you know what I was thinking? And I don't mean to sound annoying by saying this, but I literally remember thinking, because I'm pretty good at handling some like not great situations, but I just remember thinking like, I'm so glad that like it got thrown at me, because I know that I would probably take it better than anyone else on this sidewalk right now. I think anyone else would be very embarrassed and very, very beaten down by that. And I was like, I'm glad it was me, because I will take that a lot better than anyone else. I never found out who that was.
Wow, really?
Maybe it was probably a car of kids and of
Could
older
be, yeah.
kids, and they were probably people that I tried to even make like me in high school. I wasn't like
Wow,
that, but like
really?
like if I'm out and about, like I probably like wanted to like be cool with these guys. You
And
know what
be
I
cool
mean?
with the
And
guys. Yep,
yeah, but I didn't really go out till later,
yep.
so probably not. But yeah, I got a whole drink thrown at me, and I was like,
Wow.
and it was like, and I talked about it recently, and it made me sad. And like talking about it now, I don't feel sad about me. I don't feel sad like right now. But I'm like, oh my God, hearing that out loud is like sad. But I think it's a experience that everyone has, and I don't really know. I'm just kind of sharing this. But yeah, again, I don't like this is like what was this? Probably 6 years ago. But I
6 years
remember that.
ago.
And then
Wow.
another. This is probably the worst time I got bullied.
Yeah.
But this was also in high school at sophomore year, and it was like a week
Some
before
moment,
school
yep.
started.
Yeah.
And I remember, dude, I remember this recently, and I was like, damn,
Yeah.
this girl was throwing some party, and who was like one of
Bullied.
my friends who just didn't never really invited me to any of her
Yeah.
parties, and friend, and I remember this one girl who was really pretty texted me, and she was like oh like she like invited me to the party, and I was
Yeah.
like okay for sure, like I'm thinking
Okay,
like
for sure.
cool, this girl's invited me to a party, a pretty girl, new year of school,
Party,
like
party, party,
awesome,
party.
this is like life is good. And
Love it too.
I just remember that, and I'm like texting this girl like for like an hour, like, yeah, come to the party, blah 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 blah. And I don't
Blah,
really
blah,
remember
blah,
much,
blah,
but
blah, blah.
it was like, come to the party, like I want to see you, like blah blah blah. And I knew this like party was happening. Everyone was posting on Snapchat about it,
Yeah.
and I wouldn't really get invited to like my school's functions. Like it was like kind of like popular kids over there. And
Yeah.
so I would never get like I was never like hanging out with like all like the athletes and the all the, you know what I mean. And not to say that I didn't have like my own friends outside of it, and we would go out and do our thing. But yeah, in my school, like I was like they weren't really like fuck with me like that. And
Yeah.
then so this girl's texting me, and I'm like, all right, let's go. And I drive over to the house, knock on the door,
Not gonna move.
realize there's not a party going on.
Not gonna do. Yeah.
This girl had just sent me to some random house saying to
Oh,
invite me to a
really?
party. And I think she started like dating this one guy who always picked on me. He was in my grade. He
Yeah.
always picked on me. And like what I think probably happened now is this girl, like this guy wanted to mess with me, and or she maybe they both did, and she let him fully text me off of her phone, me thinking like this girl likes me, I'm gonna go to this party.
Yeah.
And then yeah, I just showed up, and I was like, wow.
Wow.
And I
Yeah.
remember that happened. I drove home, and I was just like, damn.
Damn.
Like I just got, and then like you see on Snapchat, everyone's like posting about it, and like talking about this is making me a bit sad. But I also remember that feeling. I think that was kind of like
Yeah.
a, in a way, a birth of this feeling I've always had, where I'm like I need to go, like
And you
I
go.
need to be so
Yeah.
high above everything that is
Yeah.
happening, like I don't like just like this. I don't want to sound corny, but just like a feeling of like, yeah, like I need to be great, like period. Like this happens, and I'm like, okay, this is happening because I'm just me. If
Yeah.
I was great, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, yeah, and I think that is something that has kind of helped me with FOMO. People talk about FOMO. I don't really have a lot of FOMO. I don't really have FOMO anymore. I don't maybe I don't think at all. But just that not everything is. I don't know. I don't think that's a great way to put it either. But it helped with my
Yeah.
FOMO
FOMO.
because you can either go to the party now
Yeah.
or you can improve yourself and go to an
Yeah.
even better party later.
A
Kind
bigger
of like,
brother.
I don't know. It
A
just made me
better
realize
party
that
later.
if I want to become somebody, I have to become somebody a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you will. I don't know.
I don't know.
You can think about yourself however you want to think about yourself. It's important how you think about yourself, but like that's the first step. Then you need to prove it to people for the world to treat you like that. And like, I definitely didn't get treated like I wanted to. Like I did. I didn't
Yeah.
get invited to the party. That girl didn't like me. Like I didn't like. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
and then I was just there. Like, all right, well,
Oh,
that's
what?
you know what I mean. And yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So people are just mean, but
Yeah.
honestly, I think if any of those people ever said something now, I just don't. I don't know. I just don't have that like mean, like kind of bone that's like like at any of that stuff. And you know,
Yeah.
I feel like if you want to set an example for people to be nicer,
Yeah.
you need to take a lot of hits
Yeah.
because you need to be there to be like, I don't know.
I
I don't know. I'm just kind of thinking a
don't
lot.
know.
This is probably a really depressing video, guys. I want to say that I like my life is great.
Yeah.
I have no inhibitions
I
against
love you,
anyone
great.
who ever picked on me,
Yeah.
and I know it's not a reflection of me. And that also applies to you. If you're someone who gets picked on,
Yeah. I might pick on.
it's not a reflection of you being lame. It just is a reflection of some other people, you know, probably getting joy out of being mean to you. And, you know, if that's where you find your joy, then how great do you think that person might be doing?
Yeah.
And how great do you think that person, like, would you want to be friends with this person if that's what they were happy doing? Probably not.
Probably not.
So they'll do it, but all you can do is just do better for yourself.
Yeah.
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 I think that was honestly that was probably also the year that I started working out, sophomore year. Was it?
I
Yeah,
think
'cause I
so.
got a car.
Yeah.
Well, I
I
shared my
come.
sister's car, but I had a car. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. And you know, world is like small when you're younger to where it's like that happens and you feel like
Yeah.
I don't know, you just don't feel great about that, but you realize that like that is so atomic level small in the grand scheme of what has gone down in my life to
Oh,
where like
really?
I know the same applies to you.
Yeah.
And you know, the more that you are put through, the more growth that happens.
Yeah.
So, you know, that person's not growing by being mean to you. You know,
Nope.
like no one else is gonna. I don't know. You get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Now I'm just trying to tie it all together and sound like I'm smart, but I'm not that fucking smart. But yeah. So that's that. That's my little thing today. Again, I don't want any sympathy from this. I'm just sharing. I hope you know that you're not alone. And
Yeah.
shit, man, people are mean.
Yeah.
It is what it
People all
is.
mean. Yeah.
But rise above it and be a better you. That's all you can do.
Yeah.
So shit, I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching my videos. I really appreciate you guys. And you know, let's keep setting a good example for people, and
Yeah.
let's continue
Like continue.
being
Yeah.
better versions of ourselves
Yeah.
and uplifting everyone around us, being a light to people. That's all you can do.
Yeah.
And you know, we woke up today. It's a blessing, and yeah, I love you guys, and it's all good. And
It's all cool.
nobody, no sympathy comments. Just you're doing good. Keep doing your thing.
Yeah.
Don't listen to other people. Love
Yeah,
you
don't
guys. Be the
listen to
person wish we
people.
had.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Wow. That was Shoutout being bullied by Covington. The link to the video will be in the description below. Go and check them out. And drop a like if you like. And comment down below if you want to see more reactions like this one. And subscribe if you're new. And click the bell to be notified when I upload. In what? Bye.